This is Aleppo 24/7. Shelling and airstrikes raining down mostly on rebel-held areas. Near the front line, Palestinian pro-regime fighters show us what they claim was a former Jabhat al-Nusra field hospital they found when they advanced into this area. Every injured rebel would be taken here, he says. You see the medicine and blankets. This is one of their instruments they used. Syrian pro-government forces have brought heavy weapons to the front line as they continue to push the opposition back. They showed us these homemade mortars and accused rebels of lacing them with chemicals the army says it discovered in this room close by. This alleged weapons facility is inside what used to be an elementary school in this former rebel-held district. And the Syrian army says it found this place when it was sweeping the area as rebels were retreating. The battles show no sign of letting up as Syrian forces continue to pound rebel-held districts, killing hundreds in the past days and leaving thousands of civilians trapped and at risk. In an interview with CNN, a Syrian general says government forces will not stop unless opposition fighters withdraw.
If he insisted to go on fighting and bombing our people in Aleppo and the civilians or the army, we have to continue our mission to get the city back to its people.
And what that means is plain for everyone in Aleppo to see and to hear.
And Fred's joining us right now live from Aleppo. Fred, they said to you that this was some sort of chemical weapons, a depot that they'd found there. What do you think, having looked at it?
Well, I mean, it certainly appears as though those chemicals were certainly used in conjunction with some sort of bombs that they were trying to make there in those places. There was another warehouse that we went to, which was right next door, which seemed to have some form of detonators. And then there was also a facility that appeared to have been used to make those homemade mortars that you saw in that report there. But these are, of course, not chemical weapons. These would be chemicals that might be used to lace some of these weapons that they made. And also, it seemed as though some of the chemicals that were found there might have actually been made just to manufacture explosives themselves. But of course, the whole notion of chemical weapons being used is something that both sides have been launching at each other, especially since we had that incident in 2013, of course, that you very well remember, where you had that massive chemical weapons use in Damascus that killed so many people. Ever since then, it really has been a lightning rod topic here in the war in Syria.
Indeed. And what is the very latest about how much territory the Syrian forces have retaken in the besieged rebel-held area?
You know, it's very important because only a couple of minutes before we went live to air tonight, the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights came out and said that they believe that the Syrian government has now recaptured 75% of the rebel-held east of Aleppo. They believe in the total of Aleppo, the Syrian government now controls anywhere from 80 to 82% of the city. And, you know, just being here, we can really feel that sense of urgency that the Syrian government seems to have with the massive firepower that it's bringing to bear. I was woken up at 2 a.m. last night because of massive explosions that went off near where we were staying. And when we looked out the window, we could see what looked almost like a scene from Star Wars with tracer munitions being fired, bombs being dropped. You can really feel that the Syrian government is trying to force a decision here in Aleppo. And that, of course, is something that really doesn't bode well for any sort of diplomatic efforts.
Well, I was just going to ask you, I mean, there seems to be no way the Russians and the Syrians are going to let up now, as we saw in the Security Council, not for humanitarian aid or anything, right?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the chances for that seem extremely slim. And when you speak to Syrian soldiers on the battlefield, when you also speak to Russians off the record on the battlefield, they will tell you that they believe they can take this city fairly soon. Now, the timelines that they give you will range anywhere from thinking they could do it by Christmas to saying it could take another 2 to 3 months. But there certainly is a lot of confidence right now on the side of the Syrian government, on the side of the Syrian military, that they can deal a decisive blow to the opposition here. And at the same time, they, of course, know that people who are stranded in the rebel areas, many of them are losing confidence as well, and many of them want to come out at this point in time. So right now, diplomacy really is something that virtually no one believes has any chance of success here in Aleppo.
Fred Pleitgen, thank you so much for that update from Aleppo.